moment.
My Mac.
Okay, so today we have a TED class as usual, and our topic is I forgot.
Animal language.
Yes, animals have their own language. So we're speaking not only about language, not only about barking, but about communication in general, communication between animals, between human and animals, and anything else. Hello, Diana. Last call.
Diana.
Yes, Diana. I don't know how to pronounce it. Diana or Diana. Hello. Tell us something.
Hello. Can you
Okay.
hear me?
Yes, very nice. Thank you.
Ah, okay. Wonderful.
Okay, so
In English, I was just going to say, we would say Diana in English. I don't know.
correct us. Diana, how?
That's fine. That's fine. I got used to this. Actually, I'm called Diana in my language.
Diana. Okay.
Yes, but that's
Okay,
fine.
it's okay. They always call me Ivan, but I got used to it.
Yeah. It takes time, you know. It takes time. Probably dogs. It will be easier for dogs, probably, but you know, with humans it takes a little bit longer. But that's fine.
And I shared the link to web board again for Diana and Abdul because they cannot see the chat. So anyone wants to start? Or anyone have seen these three videos?
Yeah, so those three videos, as Lee said, they are not related to each other. They are all different videos. Like for elephants, they talk only about elephants' intelligence. And the first video, they do talk about how they communicate, and they said that they have 4 languages. They communicate with each other, but they specify 4 languages that it was displacement. Lee, are you agree with me, right? Can anyone hear me?
Yes. We
Yes.
hear you.
Okay, so
Yes, we hear you.
okay, so Lee, when I said the 4 languages, right? They said that human can understand all 4 languages.
For
So they distinguish 4 languages, or 4 part of a language, I would say.
I would say there were characteristics or attributes of language.
Language. Okay, so then they say how some of the animals contribute 1 or 2 characteristics, not all, but human have all 4 of them. Is that correct? I'm talking about the first video because the first video I noticed it has more animal. They are talking about more about animals' language, and they are comparing that language with human language.
Yes, if you look at the whiteboard, I got some echo.
Yes, we have echo from someone.
Someone needs to mute. The whiteboard shows 4 attributes: discreteness, which is using individual units, individual pieces of speech,
Sure.
grammar, productivity, and displacement. So that's what Pramila is talking about, the 4 parts of a language and how some animals have 1 or 2 parts. Humans use all 4 parts. Okay, so continue, Pramila.
Yeah, so when we say that animals can communicate with each other, they also distinguish. There's a instant talk between them, amongst them, or they have displacement. Displacement is they are not in front of each other right now, but they talk about future or past, or they give the sign language, which is called displacement, and tell them something happening in somewhere else. Is that correct, Lee?
That is correct. And the example they give is bees.
Bees, right?
Bees.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Most animals talk in the here and now. They talk right now. I'm tired. I'm happy. Let's play. Displacement is when animals can refer to somewhere else or another time. So in the case of bees, if a bee flies out by himself and finds food, he will come back to the nest and do a dance. And that dance will tell people what kind of food and where it is in another place. So that ability is called displacement.
Yeah. And the same with the carry dog. They also mentioned carry dog. When they give some sign to others that predator are going to be where, is even they are human or they are hunting. For the carry dogs, they also give another example of displacement. And for gorillas, and they said Koke gorillas, Koke and Visho gorillas, they are even more than displacement. They call them, I think, discreteness. So they have displacement and discreteness both. And for the dolphins, they added one more. They have also grammar. So even some animals shows one or two characteristics of language, but only human can do all four of them. And I hope I'm the only one. Maybe I want some other to say something. Tilly, because it's one video, it talks about more animal languages.
Yes, the main question is for me: does the animals have exclusions, or how it's exceptions in their grammar too? Like we have a rules and a tons of exclusions. Excuse, I forgot the word. Help me.
Exceptions.
Exceptions, maybe, yes. Is this the same for elephants, for dogs, or not?
Well, elephants, they said that elephant is the smartest animal. He has big brain and he's very intelligent actually. With this intelligent, and because he's a memory, he has a big gigabyte memories. Because of memories, he has big memory. That's why he's very intelligent. He's kind of lot of common as human.
Yes. What surprised me
But
in elephants?
when you say rule and regulations as a grammar, right? Which one of the characteristic, right, Iman?
What surprised me in this video about elephants, it's about rituals. That they have a ritual when when someone is died in the elephant family. I did not expect this.
Right.
Okay, someone else. Let's do this not monologue. Let's mourn their dead. We have a tips in our chat.
Yeah, the big difference with elephants, two things. Their brains are very similar to a human brain. And elephants can do things that no other animal can exhibit. They can show sadness or grief when an elephant dies. So this is a distinguishing characteristic for elephants. They mourn their dead. They will actually bury their dead in some cases. So this is very unusual. In American society, or our belief is that elephants have a very long memory. We will say we believe an elephant never forgets. So we will say she has a memory like an elephant. That means she never forgets. We sometimes say women or wives have a memory like an elephant. When you do something bad, they will always remember and constantly remind you.
Yeah, please don't do anything
Of
bad.
course.
And all we know is that it is a truth, right? It is a truth.
But don't say so. If the woman is fat, don't say so because she can get angry if you compare her with an elephant.
Okay. Nice advice.
I remember only nice moments of my marriage life.
Very unusual woman you are, Irina. You know what surprised? Actually, I was very surprised. You know, about the elephants. Yes, that lesson. So actually, a lot of facts surprised me a lot. I didn't know so many interesting things about elephants. For example, this part about revenge. Yeah, that after like attacks on elephants, so they actually can show the deliberate revenge action. Yeah, so they attack villages after some poaching or whatever. Yeah, that was interesting for me. So. And actually, they didn't elaborate on that, but they said that there is the sense of justice. It is interesting for me to know more about that. What is justice relating to elephants? What do they call justice in the elephant world?
So is there a list of laws for elephants like that?
I do remember a long time ago there was a story in the newspaper about an elephant. He was a circus elephant, and his trainer abused him, beat him, and treated him badly. And maybe like 20 years later, when that man and that elephant happened to meet again, the elephant actually attacked the man. So that's the revenge element that I think Diana was talking about. So they do have a long memory. It's proven.
Right.
So could we put that in the category of displacement? This revenge after a long time, could we say that displacement?
Yes.
Like an aspect. Okay.
Displacement is time. If it's other than the present and the past, looking ahead into the future, that would be displacement, memory.
And another fact that I found really surprising, that they actually they can I don't know how to say that. So post-traumatic stress disorder. So they suffer from that, right? That is amazing, actually.
Maybe it's not so amazing for them.
I'm sure it's not amazing for them, but for me it was amazing. That's a nice lesson. I've learned a lot.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of facts, so it's abundant with all those information. So I actually need some time to digest all this, in order to talk more, to have a clear picture in my mind.
Yes, Vasants, you are close to elephants than everyone else here.
Closer to elephants.
I mean, almost none of elephants live in my area.
Oh yeah, yeah. Few elephants here as well.
Yes. Vasants, what about you? Do you have acquaintances from elephants or friends?
Do they
Really?
Ivan, you are awesome.
Maybe I do.
I don't know if you remember, but in history, there was a general named Hannibal used elephants to carry his war supplies, his goods. And he crossed the Alps with elephants to attack his enemies. So, an interesting use of elephants.
Well, they use it like horses, like big horses, I think. And we have a new participant. It's Mata. Hello.
Black Mata.
Yeah.
Hello.
Oh.
Hello.
Black Mata,
Okay.
welcome. You're welcome to speak if you like, or just to listen if you prefer.
Okay, so only elephants, nothing more. We all like only one video, right?
Okay.
No, I liked all of them. All three of them. Very interesting. A lot of
I think
information.
Three of them, you including elephant and what else? You said three of them.
the second video, it talked more about animal instincts
Yeah.
and how you can train an animal to do tricks. And it was asking, if you train an animal to do tricks, is that instinct or is that intelligence? And it didn't really say what the conclusion was. But
I'm sorry.
Darwin,
I'm sorry. A little question. Abdul, you have you have 2 slots in our Hangouts, and someone want to join and cannot. Can you please log off on one device? Because Hangout can bear only 10 people.
Abdul, okay.
Abdul, you have 2 connections to our Hangout, so please, if you can. I don't want to kick off everyone. Anyone. No. Do you hear us, Abdul? Okay. So the issue is solved. We can continue.
Okay.
And I interrupt Teacher Lee when he spoke about about what?
Okay, I was just going to say the second video talked about instinct and intelligence. And Darwin, if you know Darwin, a famous scientist, he had an hypothesis that instinct could evolve into intelligence over time. So what may have been instinct in the past in some animals may have developed into actual intelligence in modern times. So some animals could be and some are intelligent. The other point in the second video was, do animals have consciousness? Are they aware of things? Do they think? I think what consciousness meant here was, do animals really think when they do something, or are they just responding by instinct? So what do you think? Do animals think?
I don't think so. And it's a very interesting question. What is intelligence? It's very interesting. Yes, Vasant, please talk.
Actually, I have a pet animal. It's a cat. So in early days, he didn't know where I put his food item in my home. But these days, he can understand whenever I get into kitchen, I'm going to get his food from there. So these days he can understand.
I know sometimes my dog, she will come and sit by my chair, and I look down, and she's sitting there looking at me. And we look at each other, and I'm wondering in my mind, what is she thinking? What does she want? So sometimes I wonder, can animals think, or do they just respond to, I need to eat, I need to go outside, I want love, I'm going to bed, So I don't know.
Hello, Arun. I don't know how to pronounce it well.
Hey, guy.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you, but not really clear.
Give me a minute. Let me fix this.
Sorry.
Yeah. Did you hear me now?
We hear you, yes, but it may be better.
Probably
about dogs, as a dog owner, I sometimes think that they can think, but we know it's not true. Sometimes they just used to us, and
Why are you so certain, Ivan?
Yeah, I wanted to ask the same question. We don't actually know whether they think or not.
I am ready. I had a paper that I finished the course
Okay.
on Coursera about cognition. Don't like this word, but it's a dog cognition or conscious or something like that. And it was a long 6-week long course about dogs, why they are special for us, what they can do, what they can't. And it was very interesting. And in general, the question was, can they think, or it's just instinct and habits, or just got trained or like that? And the author of the course show us many animals which are smarter than dogs. For instance, many birds solve riddles much better than dogs can. But they don't want to communicate with us. They don't want to be trained. They don't want to read our case, our gestures, our language, and that's why we think that they are not smart as much as dogs, just because they are not interested in us. But dogs not really smart compared to others, but they are interested in us. They look on us, they read our case and trying to communicate with us. But like that.
You didn't answer. You didn't answer, Ivan. You didn't say that dogs are certainly not clever.
Because it's not, absolute value. It's compared to something. So compared to birds, the dogs are stupid, and they.
But nobody, how to say, did research on their intelligence. How?
Why? No, you can say nobody. There is
For
a
example,
University of Duke who did that research, and they said that they did that research for the last 25 years or like that.
and
They
finally,
found that dogs not so smart like other animals, like some of other animals.
no, we don't want to compare dogs with other animals. We just wonder if they can think. Can they think?
Yes, but to answer for these questions, we must define what we mean thinking, what is thinking, and they. Yes, and they did a lot of experiments to show where dogs are good and where are weak. For instance, they did a lot of riddles. Some foods attached to some rope, and rope are in mess, and you need to how to say it? Touch the one rope to get a food. Just for birds it's simple. They always take a
See, Ivan, you tell us about experiments with their instincts, not with their intelligence. Scientists researched their instincts, so they research their reflex, not intelligence, not their might. For this purpose, intelligence means that they have their own thoughts.
No.
For example, when I see my dog, and I'm absolutely certain that she can think. She think about my mood. She can observe the members of my family, and so on and so on. And she can make conclusions about surrounding things. So you tell us about experiments like Pavlov did experiments with dogs. with reflex, but not about their intelligence. Who used special devices to make I don't know how to say in English, electrocardiograms. I don't know how to pronounce in English, sorry. Like they should use electric waves to write what their brains produce. And what these devices showed.
I don't know about electrocardiogram or how it's called. I don't know because it wasn't a way
electroencephalogram. Sorry, electrocardiogram. It concerns heart. Electroencephalograms.
Okay,
I think we call it EEG. EEG.
Okay.
Okay, but in general, what is intelligence? It's the ability to solve the new task, the new unknown task. You give a task you never met it before, and you solve it.
No. Why did you think?
So,
no, why?
So what do you think? It's right in the book.
If you, sorry, Ivan, if you if you sit in your chair and just read a book, you don't discover any new things. You are not intelligent in this moment, aren't you?
I don't know what you mean in this moment. Probably not.
You said that intelligence means to discover something new. But if you don't discover something new at this moment, so you are not intelligent.
No, I did not tell that. I did not say that. I said that it's ability to solve the problem. If I have a problem, I have the ability to solve it. If I sleep, I don't have this ability, but it does not make me unconscious. It's just a moment. So we cannot say about intelligence in certain time. It's not like just now I am intelligent and few moments later I am a trained dog. It doesn't work there. So if I read the book and don't think about anything, yes, I'm not doing something intelligence.
I just want to say that intelligence doesn't mean that you solve problems. Intelligence means that you have your own thoughts. That's all.
And if you have your own thoughts and you can show it to other world, you have not. If nobody listens, there is no sound.
No. You mix up a language with intelligence. If dogs don't have their own language, it doesn't mean that they are not intelligent.
Irina, I'm sorry, but I'm not speaking about language. Not. They wag the tail, they run, they do something, and they show the behavior. It's not language, but they do something. They solving the problem. If dog have a starvation, they hunt. Okay, it's the way of solving problem. it's like that. And I like. Sorry, teacher.
There's a famous video on the internet. You can probably find it. Search for Squirrel and Mission Impossible. And what it shows is squirrels, if you know squirrels, S-Q-U-I-R-E-L-S. They can solve, as Ivan says, they can solve any problem. And this video, I'll try to find it later and show you, but it shows this squirrel. This guy hangs some food from a tree, and the squirrel on the ground can't get it. It's too high. So the squirrel goes over to another tree, climbs up a tree, goes across a wire, climbs down another tree, jumps to another branch, climbs down the wire, and gets that food. So the question is that instinct or is that intelligence? Mm-hmm. Did he think, if I do this and that and that and that and that and that and that, I can get that food? Or was it just instinct? Well, let's try this. That didn't work. Let's try this. That didn't work. Let's try this. Ooh, maybe this will work. So if you ever watch that video, it's very funny, but it's incredible.
Gerard, please.
Yes, I think the right question should be, if do animals have consciousness? Because a computer can also solve problems. You know, there is a test to know whether a computer has consciousness. It's a Turing test. So we could ask ourselves whether animals have consciousness. I think that would be more important rather than solving difficult problems.
But in general, computer can solve the problems, but not produce the problems for solving. So you have to.
I've posted a link to the squirrel video. Take 1 minute and watch that video and tell me, is the squirrel intelligent or does he have good instinct?
Good. And teacher, please.
I posted a link to the squirrel video.
Zhrai, or I don't know how to. Zahra, how to pronounce your name? You have a.
Squirrel intelligent
You have a.
or does he have good instinct?
Okay. Someone watched us on YouTube and we have this sound with delay. So
yeah.
I muted the last participant. I don't know how to pronounce it well. Zahra, or correct me, please. And you have to switch off the YouTube version of us.
Yeah, something I didn't know is apparently, even though only 10 people can join the Hangout, that video you posted, people can watch us, even though they're not joining. So that was, I was surprised. I didn't know that.
And teacher, please help me with English proverb. I'll try to to describe it. I heard it before, but forgot. When someone cut a tree in the forest, and if nobody listen, they don't produce a voice or a sound. Is it correct, or there is a shorter version?
Yes, we have a famous saying. I'll type it on the whiteboard.
I am referring to Irina's point about if you are intelligent as a god, but no one see it.
Forest, and no one is there.
I'm sorry, teacher Lee, but you are muted. You are on mute.
Maybe because he's typing.
Yeah, you cannot speak and type at the same time.
Really?
Okay.
Yep.
Yes.
Something for you to learn today.
Okay, yes. And it's based on physics. It's kind of a paradox. Sound, when something makes an impact, it makes sound waves that move through the air. And you don't hear the sound until it hits your eardrum. And then you hear it. So while it's coming to your ear, can you hear it? Or can you only hear it when it reaches your ear? So the paradox is, if a tree falls in the forest and there's no ear to hear the sound waves, does it make a noise? If there's no ear to convert the sound waves into sound. It's like in outer space. In outer space, if you make a noise, you cannot hear it because there's no air to carry the sound wave. So in space, there's no sound. So in a forest with no people, if a tree falls, does it make a sound? It's a thought question.
Yes, yes. We will have a special hangout about it because it's very good.
I have another paradox for you. So actually based on the first one. So I put it in the group chat. For those who cannot read it, I will read. If a man speaks his mind in the forest and no woman hears him, is he still wrong?
Well, it's deeper. It's much deeper.
Yeah, that's the one I like.
And Vasant, please tell. Please talk.
So yeah, I want to talk about the video just Teacher Lee shared. I think it's not. It might have been a result of experience, because we do not know if it is a first attempt or a second attempt. I want to talk about the research. Few years, it was happened a few years ago. The scientists gave electric shock to the rats, but before that, they gave them. They sounded an alarm before giving the shock to the rats. So whenever they play an alarm, the rats got panicked and they ran over around. So that was the result. So I want to. So this is my point. It might have been a result of experience.
Anyone? No. Sounds we don't have an answer. Abdul, what mean P? I don't know. Practice. Okay. You want to repeat that or what?
Repeat the question.
Okay, and if someone doesn't know, if you want to talk, and we will just write in the chat, it will be easier than trying to interrupt each one. Okay, so Diana, you have something about squirrels?
I have nothing against squirrels. I love them, you know. Yeah, I don't know. Actually, I didn't watch this exact video that you shared, but I watched some of the videos about squirrels. And, well, as far as I understood, you said that I actually couldn't hear you quite clear, you know, but I think that you told that the squirrel just had an experience, yeah, so it was trained to act in the way it did in the video. Am I correct?
No, that squirrel was not trained.
Not.
It's about Wassans.
It wasn't trained. Yeah, it wasn't trained. Mm-hmm.
It figured out how to get that food. Now the question is, was his solution instinct or was it thinking intelligence?
Well, if it is an instinct, it worked like miraculously quick, yeah? So I just, well, if my instinct were that quick, I would be happy, you know, because it would take me some time to figure that out. The squirrel was amazing.
Now, I don't know if that video, it may be that the squirrel tried many different times.
Ah, okay.
Finally found a way that worked, and then they took the video. Right. I don't know. So if he tried many different times, then it's instinct. Mm-hmm. If he just sat there and looked and said, I can do that, that's intelligence.
Right. Mm-hmm. So no prediction probably. Okay.
As for me, it's not so clear definition of intelligence, you know, because our scientists, our science makes the same. They do a lot of experiments, many of them fails, and then after they got knowledge about something. So it's not so easy to distinguish.
Yeah.
It's like the computer voices, Siri on Apple and Cortana on Windows 10. They seem like they're intelligent, but it's a robot. It's an artificial intelligence. It can be programmed, though, to appear to be intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and let me ask Irina. Irina, maybe you have a clear evidence of intelligence of dogs. Just show us, and we believe.
Right, very clear.
I'll give you one example. My dog, if I do this, she knows that means I'm going to take her for a walk. So I can say walk, or I can do this. And she has learned that that means go for a walk. Now, is that intelligence?
No,
or is that instinct?
It's instinct. It's exactly an instinct. My dog can understand my look. When I look at her eyes and she looks at me, at my eyes, she can understand what I want from her.
And you know why?
I don't know. I think that she is intelligent.
Let me explain. It's because the dogs hunt together. They look at each other and give signals to each other to hunt. You know. That's why
she thinks that I'm a dog. She sees.
Yeah, she thinks that you are the leader of her pride or whatever herd.
That's why she or he can read the signals, the K in your eyes. That got trained by years and centuries of evolutions. So I cannot count it like intelligence.
Well, actually, Abdul, you are right. I wanted to tell about that because to give you an example of my dog, well, actually, we had a dog when I was a child, and the dog was extremely clever. And I don't know how, but he could read our mind. You know, for example, he lived outside. He was not living in the house, and we were talking about going to the forest, you know, to pick some mushrooms or just, and somehow not even a sign, you know, of our, not even a basket or anything or clothing, you know, like anything special evidence for us going out, but somehow he knew, and he started yelping in the way, you know, that we understood that he knows that we are going out. You know, I don't know how he did it, but he could read our mind. So probably the ways of their thinking is different, and we cannot evaluate them using our, I don't know, our criteria or whatever. Who knows?
Yes,
I absolutely agree with Diana, absolutely. And I can observe this with my dog, the same, absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Okay, there are too many dog persons in this chat, so maybe.
No, my cat can hypnotize you, just very easily. My cat can do different tricks, and I know actually he can pass his thoughts, you know, and straight into my mind, and he just can make me do what he wants.
That's mind control.
Yep, controlling cat. That's right.
Okay, let's ask.
Yeah.
Let's ask our other participants, Arun or Zahra. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce. Would you like to say something? But you have to unmute your mic first.
I'm here.
Hello?
I just watched the video. I think the squirrel is actually well trained. Does you think so?
Yes, so you are against the intelligence in squirrels.
I think squirrels do have intelligence because all animals evolve. Don't you think so? Just like humans, you know, every animal, you know, it evolves. So I think they have little intelligence, but they don't have as much as we have. Maybe. I think that's my point.
Yes. Anything else? Are you a dog person too? Or you have a squirrel?
Squirrel person, right.
Squirrel. I love birds.
His profile picture is a cat, Ivan.
I'm trying to be provocative. So Zahra, correct me.
Zara, I guess.
Zara, would you like to say something? No?
I can't hear you because your microphone is mute. Now you can hear me? Yes.
Yeah, okay. Okay, according to my perspective, I think every animal is intelligent because they know how to survive in particular environment, and their behavior is their instinct and their behavior is according to their particular environment, and they know how to survive. But when we train them, they become intelligent, and we actually enhance their skill to do particular tasks. But on the other hand, they are intelligent. They know how to survive.
But surviving, it's what instincts do.
But we can train them. We can train our pets. So it means they are intelligent. They know how to behave when they try to understand our training and when we make them do particular tasks. And they know how to communicate when they try to communicate with us. They do particular actions to get us involved. So I think that's why it makes me think that they are intelligent.
Okay, and just for statistics, do you have a dog or snake or elephant?
I don't have any pet, but in my village, my mom and my dad has many animals, and my mom and dad, they know their particular time to feed on. But when they skip their meals, they try to communicate with my parents that it is their time to give them particular meals. So I think that's why, and even they recognize particular guests in our home, and when they see strangers, and they make certain noises. So that's why I think they can communicate with us.
Good, good. Gerard, please talk.
I only wanted to say that we should define what intelligence is to say
precious.
whether.
Yes, it's very precious point. We should start from it, but it's almost the end of our class, and it's good time for that. Yes. So
I want to say I want to say one thing about my dog. It may be an example of displacement. I don't know, but if I walk my dog every day at the same time, around 3:30 or 4 o'clock. So my dog can tell time. Every day at about 3:30, she will come over to my chair and sit and look up at me and wag her tail. And she's telling me she knows it's time to go for a walk. So is that
bladder talking, you know?
Is that instinct, or is that she knows what time of day somehow?
It's a bladder talking, you know. Just your dog needs, you train the bladder to do that at this particular time. So
I mean with that we have a bad choice. We have a intelligence, we have instincts, but we forgot about training. It's the third one. And I think that any dog owners know this, that dogs are count the time. So my dog always say me, it's time to pick up my boy from nursery. Let's go. So I don't need a reminder.
From what? Sorry, from what?
From nursery, from kindergarten. I don't know how it's named. From preschool, maybe.
There was one example in my past. My kids were at a school, and I was going to pick them up, and my dog was in the car looking out the window, and the kids were like 100 meters away, and all these children came out, and the dog's watching, and they watched all these kids. But when my two kids came out with all these other kids, they started wagging their tail. They recognized my two kids from a crowd of kids at a distance. And I was amazed.
Right, right. The dogs are good in that. But sometimes they do a mistakes too. Mistake too. My neighbor has a very similar car as mine, and my dog always jump into it. So because he thinks it's my car, so it's happened. And Pramila, we don't give you a voice for a long time. Tell us something about your pets.
But I think I agree with Zara that she said definitely there's instinct and they are smart too. Like Chile gave example of squirrel and dogs, and even somebody said about cat. So when we have any pet, we bring them when they are very young, maybe 15 or 20 days, and we keep them with us for a long time when they are, their lifespan is 15 to 16 years. But in the beginning, like 15, when they are very young, we train them a lot of things. Like Arina said that her dog can look at her eyes and tell her mood, because he was so little when she brought Pat to her house, and he learned all those skills, that what she's doing, where she's going, even her behavior, her any movement. That pet can tell that what she's going to do next. So I would say they are, first of all, there's an instinct for sure, but they are definitely intelligent, because even if you are not intelligent, you're not going to learn those skills. Like someone is training them, there has to some brain there, or intelligent. I would say intelligent level is also different. Even in human, if we say like same age of two people, we compare, their intelligence level will be different. Same with animals. All animals have different level of intelligence, but they do have some intelligence. That's why they learn the skill you want to train them or give them. So that's I would say they do have instinct and they are intelligent too, like example of squirrel or the dog. Like Dinah said that they never told dog that where they're gonna go to get the mushrooms, but he already know that, because their behavior, the dog can say that, oh, they are going out. That means they are going out somewhere, so he's excited and he's wagging his tail. So all those things, I would say some of the training, and they are intelligent. That's why they are able to get the training.
Okay, nice point. So we have only few moments left. Maybe we should learn something from grammar or vocabulary. Teacher Lee, did you prepare something special for us?
No, not really. I've added some notes on the whiteboard so that you can remember some of the things we've talked about. Yvonne's done a good job moderating this meeting and trying to give everyone a chance to speak. Black Mata did not speak. We'll get her tomorrow, maybe.
We'll try.
But just in summary, we talked about 3 videos that talked about animal intelligence. Is it instinct or is it intelligence? And can animals think? And there's evidence that the answer is yes, but I think there's no proof yet. So this was just a discussion to see what we thought about those ideas.
Yeah, okay. So we will have hangout tomorrow, just for your info. The topic is different and we have a class scheduled already. Please join us tomorrow. I hope everyone have a fun today.
Yes.
So, last chance to say something. Someone like
Ivan, you prolong my life because when a human smiles, he or she lives longer. So today I smiled a lot. First of all, because of you. Thank you very much for this wonderful lesson, and thank you to everyone.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone. It was good.
Thank you.
Okay. So, bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.